G'day and welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. And in this video, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about how much World of Warcraft do you actually need to play and how friendly is it for casual players. So obviously the name of the channel is the WoW Casual, but how casual am I exactly? Well, I have been playing Dragonflight since release, and I am at roughly 6 days, 10 hours, 17 minutes at this level being the max level of level 70. Uh, that works out to being roughly 134 hours. Now, it took me about 20 hours to get to max level, which means I've spent about 150 hours playing the game, which over the course of the 3 months that the game has been out, or the rough 13 weeks or so, roughly equates to around about 12 hours to 13 hours a week. I play 3 nights a week, which means roughly I play 4 hours a night, or to work it out for people who maybe play every single night, 1.5 hours a night. So not too bad. It sounds like a lot, but in reality, it's not too bad. Well, what have I done in this time? So I have a mythic rating of 1776, which isn't bad. I'm aiming for at least 2000 before the season's out, maybe even 2500. And generally, that's considered a pretty decent mythic plus score. It's not anywhere near a pro level. I'm not going to be entering the MDI, but it's pretty decent progress. My character has a 402 item level and his 4-set bonus. He also has some combination of heroic and pretty high level mythic gear. And in terms of achievements, the crowning one, I guess, would be that I've done ahead of the curve for Razageth Storm Eater, which basically means I've finished the heroic version of the raid before the next tier comes out. In terms of my character's progression, I have pretty decent professions, nothing too wild, working on them. And in terms of renown, I'm also probably across the halfway point in most of them and entering the final third for some of them. So in general, I would say I have done the majority of the game. Now, obviously, I make videos. So I make videos for my channel. That also consumes some time. I'm always filming footage, refilming footage, recording things, doing things. So this does amplify my time a little bit. Generally, also in some of my videos, much like this one, I do spend some time, you know, just kind of flying around, doing minor world quests, doing smaller tasks and abilities, mainly due to the fact that it creates good footage, it's quite relaxing to watch, but also it doesn't detract from what I'm saying. So obviously that adds into the time, but generally the real question is how much do you need to play and what are you aiming to do? Uh, so I think personally speaking, you can get away if you play one singular character with playing around about 6 hours a week. Not going to say you're going to make great progress every week, but you will make decent progress every week. And I think with those 6 hours, they'll be fun, they'll be effective. There's plenty of things that I just don't get around to with my time. Dark Moon Fair, I don't really partake in a lot of the world events, which I'm going to be changing this year. I really want to try and join into every single one of these events and capture kind of the cool, unique aspects of World of Warcraft. I don't do a lot of PvP. I want to try and really make a good PvP character. I don't do a lot of the various events. I don't farm mounts. I don't do any of these things. And these things I'm looking to change for myself. But it's just to show you that there's way more than the content even I'm doing at my casual level. But I would say if you're looking to casually invest in World of Warcraft and get a good fundamental experience out of it, the 6 to 10 hour range is good. As you can see, I may not have farmed every single mount in the game, I may not have maxed every single bit of renown, and I may not have max level professions, but I've done a pretty good job at getting all of those done. I've done a pretty good job in terms of the quests. I've done pretty much every single quest line and some of the side ones. I've almost finished a lot of these side quests, a lot of the side challenges, and generally speaking, I've made a pretty good fist of Dragonflight. Now, I'm not going to say that I've done everything, and there's definitely stuff that I can and I will work on and complete for the channel and for all the content in general. But I think for the most part, what is good is that I don't pressurize the amount of content that I need to do. Sometimes I'll log on and I won't be able to get to World of Warcraft so much during the week. I'll be working on my other YouTube channel, or I'll be working just in general on many things. And so I'll end up in a position where maybe I don't get as much time to invest, and that's okay. A lot of people put too much pressure on themselves to play a lot of World of Warcraft. It's more important to enjoy what you're doing in World of Warcraft. So if you're logging on and you enjoy just running some raid finder difficulty events, that's more than fine. You don't need to go do normal, you don't need to do heroic, you don't need to do any of that to prove that you're a World of Warcraft player or that you're a good player. You don't need to max your professions if you don't want to. You don't need to do any content you don't wish to. If you're someone who enjoys leveling elts and making money, or just leveling elts and trying out different classes in Raid Finder, that's more than fine. That is the one really cool metric about World of Warcraft. What I would say though is to get at least something out of the game, even if you're someone who just likes Raid Finder, I would say probably you want to be able to play around 6 to 10 hours a week. It sounds like a lot. It's not too bad. It works out to being one good session, maybe even 4 hours if you're someone who can really kind of, use their time quite well. But there's a lot of content you're going to want to get through. And I think what happens when you play too little of WoW is it can become too snapshot. You end up playing too little of the game to truly appreciate some of the stranger aspects of the game. How many of you have ever gone and looked at the Angora Madness event? How many of you have ever tried PvP? How many of you have done the time walking events? How many of you gone to Trial of Style, March of the Tadpoles, Dark Moon Fair? All of these things sound silly, but they add into that mythos of your WoW experience. How many of you have socialized in a guild? How many of you have tried an RP server? There's plenty of things that you can do to really spice up your World of Warcraft experience. And part of that is trying things out. You have to actively try certain things. Unlocking old allied races. It's a bit of a schlep, but it's a good experience to do. So I think, personally speaking, when I talk about how much WoW do you need to play and what is a casual, I think for me, a casual is a person who just jumps in and does what they think is fun. I think, but more importantly, if you are someone who's burning out on World of Warcraft, try something different. Try an RP server. Try actually go to the side events. Change up your routine. If all you do is Raid Finder, go do PvP. If all you do is PvP, go do some Raid Finder. Go up your difficulty. Go try out events. Go mount farming. Go transmog farming. There's so much that you can do to truly enjoy World of Warcraft or to try out something different. If you've played the same class like me for almost 200 hours and you've almost done every form of difficult content, well, semi-difficult content in the game, then, maybe it's time that you change things up. It's not a problem if you do. So yeah, just wanted to kind of touch on that and just say that there is more content for you to enjoy. And yeah, but let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what makes a casual in World of Warcraft. And yeah, but that's going to be it from me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.